Our next caller, is it Alisa or Alyssa?
Alisa.
From Georgia. Alisa, welcome, Alisa. Thanks for joining us.
My hometown, Savannah. Let's go.
Dude, I didn't know you were from Savannah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know Cody was from Savannah, so
Yeah,
shame on me. I always thought you were from Virginia, man.
No,
so yeah, that's crazy.
Savannah, so howdy.
Yep. Yeah. So Alisa, what's your question? What can we help you with?
Actually, well, I was gonna ask Cody, where is he now?
I'm in Lynchburg, Virginia, Central Virginia. So I've been here for almost 14 years.
Oh Lord, I was in bad news. I'm retired military. I was in. I call it. What do you call it? Newport News. I call it
Hampton,
bad news.
Newport News.
Oh, okay, awesome. Yeah, I'm familiar with it. Very great.
Yes.
Yeah. I like that you called it bad news. I was in bad news, Virginia.
Savannah's way better.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, my question was, if you calling people, I know you all answered this 1,000 times. Like you're calling people and you are a member of, like, say, even the community, like, you have a country club membership or something. You see them all the time, so you're very familiar with them. How do you, and they know they're going to see you, around. How do you say, well, how did you like my magazine? You don't want to sound too salesy. You don't want to, if you're someplace, you don't want to be pushy because, you have events often and you don't want to be that guy or that gal, who's always, here she comes, to talk about real estate. But people always ask because they know. So, and then I just don't want to, and if they haven't gotten it, that's the other thing. If they haven't gotten it and you don't want to seem like you're not on your game.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I love that.
Great question.
Your question in summary is like, I don't want to bug my people, but I need to get in contact with them. How do I do that without bugging them?
And, and then elaborating on the magazine. How did you like it? But you haven't gotten it, then what do you do? Well, let me go to my car. I have one in my truck.
Yes.
Yeah.
But there you go. There's an
answer. And I think the answer to that too is awesome. That's why I'm calling, is to make sure you're getting the magazine and making sure you get one, because that's how important you are, that you get one of the magazines and you have all the info. So that's how I would handle. I've had people do that too. And I'm like, oh, that's my fault. I probably didn't put your address in right. Let me make sure that gets sent to you.
Yeah. And can I ask another question too, please?
Oh, please. Yeah.
Okay. So like the magazine, the digital magazine, right? For me, it's a little cumbersome. And I don't want it to be cumbersome because the community that I was just speaking of, they see me all the time, and I don't want, and was again keeping in good graces and everything. I don't want to be cumbersome, and they not want to even look at it, because you have to go to one section and then go to another section. Can we do like a flip book?
Yeah, great question. So I think I'm understanding. It's almost two veins of your question. One is like, I don't want to come across the wrong way and be in front of the people too many times where people are like, oh, there she is again, trying to hit me up. And then now they tune out your marketing. And then the other is, how do I make the content even a little simpler for people to see or go through from a content perspective?
And again, won't tune me out. And that's the thing. That's my concern with the digital magazine. Yep. They won't tune out the digital magazine.
And have you had any feedback from your clients saying that to you?
That's my thing. When I go through it and I'm like, if it's mine and I'm feeling like it's cumbersome to go through, I said, it's going to be really cumbersome for them. And the community that I'm also very much a part of is like, a lot of people are retirees. And I get a lot of people who love, I want to say this, they love the events calendar that I send to them. I've had people, tell me, thank you so much.
I love that.
Missing. She said, I miss things. I found out about things after the fact. And she actually sent me an email telling me thank you. So that was like really.
That's fantastic. That's the local events email newsletter.
They love that. Oh
that's awesome.
And that's how I decided who to send the magazines to, because I said, okay, I'm sending the magazines because I have a lot of people in the database, right? And so I said, I'm sending it to the people who I see are looking through the current event.
Yep.
I can go the first question if you want a second question, Luke.
Yeah, go ahead.
The first one, I was going to say, what we do in order to call people is we have personal events. I don't know if you do events for your clients, and we use that to call them, to invite them to. So we have 4 quarterly events. It gives a lot of what you're asking is like, how do I have like a reason to call them where they don't feel like, hey, it's just my realtor bugging me again. Instead, it's like inviting them to something of like, hey, we have our pie event coming up. I would love to give you a free pie. It's on March 14th. Can I bring you one, or do you want to stop by and get a pie? And then they say yes, or they go, oh, I can't make it, blah, blah, blah. And I immediately go, awesome. Well, you're going to hear from me another 2 months, of course. We've got another summer bash coming up. I'll reach out to you and tell you more then. And as always, if there's any way I can help, I love to be an assistance, or do you know anyone looking to buy or sell that I could help out and add value to? So every call just has like a reason for it. So then it doesn't bug or seem buggy because I'm just telling them about something coming up. And it just opens a conversation and gives you opportunity to get right in front of them.
So you put your own events in the current events thing too?
Not in the current events. We set our own marketing
Ah,
for our events coming up. So it's separate from the local events, which is awesome as well. But this is like more of a thing that we
It's
do.
like a client event. They
Right.
do a client event
Or a client event.
essentially once a
Yep.
I
quarter.
just had my,
And that gives them a reason for the call.
I just had
Yeah.
my first client event or first event, but this past weekend. One more thing is the last thing. One thing I would like for us to be able to do is like have more flexibility in the color or the fonts of the current events, because right now it's red, and I would like to maybe make it blue, or be able to have, let's say if I don't like, even if I don't like blue, just something that may be more to my colors or something like that, instead of only being able to present the invitation or the verbiage, should I say, in red with the current events thing.
Okay, interesting. You should be able to do that. So we can actually get on the line with you and show you how and do that for you. You should be able to change the color to match your brand. So that should be able to be done. We'll pull up your thing, your account, to help you do that. One thing that I would share with you, because I love what you're doing, and I think it's spot on. This will help everybody. It's the struggle is, I don't want to come across as salesy, and I don't want to hit my people too many times. And so how do I do it strategically? And I always want to encourage people by telling them it's almost impossible to hit your clients too many times. It's almost impossible. It's so easy to hit them too little. And the example I give to people is kind of like your best relationships, your spouse, right? Significant other, your best friend. How often are you in communication with them? I think of my wife, Megan. I'm in communication with Megan all the time, right? Thousands of touch points, text messages, phone calls. But the difference is, right, it's very relational. And so strategically, if you think about your clients, think about, even your top 150 that you have, right? Because you could have 150 people in your database and do 24 deals a year, pretty easy. In that top 150, you should ask yourself, am I comfortable just calling to say hello? This was a tip I learned from a friend of mine named Julie. She runs UBS for like the East Coast. And she said one of the most powerful things that helped her in her career get to such a high level in such a huge company is, she said she applied this methodology of essentially calling to say hello. And she said, you'd be shocked that when you call someone just to say hello and there's no other reason, people are just taken back, because everybody who calls them wants something. There's a reason for the call. But when you call just to say hello, it's literally, I'm just calling to check in. So you can literally just go, hey, Cody, it's Luke. Hey, I just want to call and check in and say hello. We haven't caught up in a while. Just wanted to see how you were doing. And then that's it. And then all of a sudden you learn, and I give people a methodology of like Ford. I don't know if you've ever heard me share this before or not, but it's like family, occupation, recreation, dreams. So the idea is, when you call to say hello, it's like, okay, well, where do I go, Luke? When I call to say hello, I would simply go, hey, Cody, maybe we haven't caught up in a while. How's the family? Hey, Cody, we haven't caught up in a while. How's retirement? Right? Because you said you're dealing with a lot of retirees, so maybe they don't have an occupation yet. But how's retirement doing, or how's your job? Oh, hey, if you knew something about their hobbies. Now, if you have a CRM, what your goal is when you call Cody, your client, your goal is to take notes in your CRM around the family, around the occupation, around the hobbies, and around the dreams. Dreams are kind of hard to get to. So I always say to people that dreams can be more practically around buying, selling, investing in real estate, the dream of home ownership, the dream of investing, the dream of, that type of thing. But I always tell people practically, if I call Cody, hey, Cody, man, how's life? We haven't caught up in a while. You popped into my mind today. I just wanted to reach out and see how you're doing. Just wanted to call and say hello. Cody's going to be like, okay, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, man, I can't believe it's been like, 3 years, since I helped you buy 1100 First Avenue. How's the family? And then I write that down. And then maybe as I close the call, I'm going, oh, by the way, Cody, I'm sending you my magazine. It's just something special I try to do for all my best relationships. I hope you're enjoying it. I try to put like recipes and stuff in there that I think people would love. If you ever try one of the recipes, let me know what you think about them. I've tried them before. They're pretty amazing. But if you ever try them, let me know. I hope you're enjoying it. And just want to tell you I appreciate you and appreciate you being my life. And I hope you have a great Thanksgiving. And boom, I'm off. Right. And now that is a non-pressure call. Calling to say hello. And then strategically, we can set you up with your marketing from your magazine perspective to give you a reason to ask for referrals or reason to ask for the business. So then you can call and say, hey, Cody, can't believe it's been another 2 months. Wanted to check in. You popped into my mind today. I just got my latest magazine. It reminded me I'm sending it to you. One thing I wanted to point out, I'm having a lot of my friends reach out to me right now because they want to know equity in their home. They want to know about buying and selling and investing in real estate. So I figured I'd take it upon myself to reach out to all my great, friendships and just offer, if you ever wanted to, I know investing in real estate is so big right now. If you ever wanted to learn about that, I'm more than happy to help you in that area. Or I'm reaching out because a lot of my, I was talking to a friend the other day and they needed help with a contractor and they didn't realize that I could help connect them to the local contractors in the area and anything around the home. I want to be your central source for anything around the home. So I just wanted to take it upon myself to be proactive and reach out to you and offer to you that if you never, ever needed a plumber, electrician, a contractor, hit me up. Do you get what I'm doing? It's essentially my first call is to say hello. My second call is geared around an item of value that I want to offer. So what you want is to determine what are my items of value. A home equity report could be your item of value. A client event invitation could be your item of value. Offering access to your contractors, electricians, stuff like that could be an item of value. So you just need a couple different items of value that you can strategically talk about. And so with the magazine going every 2 months, that's just your trigger to yourself of going, hey, let me call Cody. He was thinking about you today. And then put on the front cover of your magazine a home equity report for this next one, a free home equity report. Get your free home equity report, scan here. So we can help you do that on the front cover right of your magazine. When you call, yeah, perfect. So when you call Cody, reference that and reference it in a way, hey, I just wanted to point it out just in case you ever wanted to know what your home's worth. You can scan that QR code whenever. But, I didn't know a lot of my people right now are asking me, they're preparing for 2026. Did you have any plans for real estate, either buying or selling, investing in 2026? And now the conversation is about that person's investment, that person's real estate. But I simply called to say hello. And I was just pointing it out as kind of a nonchalant, hey, just wanted to point that out. Hey, I'm actually curious, Cody. Did you have any, I'm just curious. So I'm pointing to the item of value. Hey, I'm actually curious. Did you have any, or did you know anybody, and so that's the way I would strategically do it. But these are fantastic questions.
Yeah.
And so I think it will help people. And they don't even need the magazine to do this, meaning you could do it with your other marketing, but you got to give yourself the same principle. The reason is called to say hello and the item of value that you're offering that you can turn the conversation to real estate about.
And I like the fact that you do it let's say you do it on the 1st of, whatever the day is, the 13th, right? And then you do it on the 13th, and then a month later you go back in because you've softened them up, or a couple months later you've already softened them up, and they'll just be on a reoccurring rotation of some.
And don't fear, we'll close with this, just don't fear you're over communicating. You're not. You just need to make sure, as much as you're hitting them with marketing, like emails and magazines and different things like that, you are hitting them with a personal relationship just as much. And that's a conversation. So it's like Cody doesn't mind hearing from me when he knows Luke personally. But if Luke is just a random garage door salesman or, whatever salesman, and I just hit him all the time with information, he cares because there's no connection. So what you want to try to do is, hey, these 150, how do I get connection with them? That's the phone call. That's the client event and seeing them at the client event or at church or whatever. Because I'm sure like the person that I know at church, if they got my emails and got my stuff from that, they're not going to be upset by that because they know Luke and they want to support Luke. But if they don't know me and I haven't invested in the relationship, that's where it becomes more spamish because they don't know me. But these are great questions. I can't wait to connect with you after the fact too, because I want to make sure your magazine and all the local events and stuff like that are set up the right way, and we can help you make sure you're really taking advantage of it.
Thanks, Alisa.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Appreciate
you.
you.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Awesome.
All right, we'll see you.